Hello everyone, welcome to Jigyasa. I'm Devasmita. So in the previous video we have already discussed about the basic ideas about the drugs. So in this particular session or in this particular video we are going to cover about the types of the drugs or types of the habituating drugs. So we have already discussed about the what is drugs and what is the addictive or what is the addictive drugs, what is addiction and the use and abuse of the drugs and some common feature of the drugs abused by some addictions and some drug dependencies or likewise some stages that leading to the drug dependence and what is the factors that are mainly responsible or the effect of for the drug actions. We have already covered about all these things topic. Okay, so now we just discuss about or we are going to discuss about some types of the habituating drugs that are mainly basically two types. One is the psychotropic drugs and another one is the psychedelic drugs. So let's proceed about the what is the psychotropic drugs, or particularly in this sessions we are for covered mainly for first one, that is the psychotropic drugs. Okay, so let's talk about the what is psychotropic drugs, and second was the psychedelic, that is we normally call as the hallucinogens. And let's see about the what is the psychotropic drugs and what is the psychedelic or hallucinogens. Okay, let's proceed uh, about the psychotropic drugs. So psychotropic drugs, it was uh, psychotropic drugs. First things, whenever we just classify both of the habituating drugs or classify in the habituating drugs, then it is categorized into two main things, that one is psychotropic drugs and another one is the psychedelic drugs. So what is the psychotropic drugs? So psycho means its mental ability or mental sense or the stages of the mental health. So actually in this psychotropic drugs, basically these drugs act on the brain and alter the behavior, consciousness and the capacity of the perceptions, and these are also termed as or called as the mood altering drugs. So it's totally depend upon our brains and the activity of the mental states and the brain and the activity of the mental states and the behavior, consciousness and some capacities and some capacity of some perceptions. So these are all normally we called as the mood altering drugs. So the repeated use of the psychotropic drugs makes the body dependent on them. It's totally depend upon the particular person. So whatever he it may be addicted or it may be not addicted. So in the yesterday class or in the previous class we have already discussed about the what is addictive type of the drugs and some use and abuse of some drugs. Okay, so or some habituated. Okay, so these are some habituating drugs and we just use in our daily basis or just for it may be some relief give some reliefs from that particular disease or particular injury, and it may some gives is it gives some pleasures. It's all depend all about depend upon the use of that particular drugs. Okay, so this is the psychotropic drugs. So then comes to next, that is the psychotropic drugs are classified into four major groups. So whenever we classify about the psychotropic drugs, then it is classified into four major groups, that four major groups. The first one is the uh, tranquilizer. First one is the tranquilizer tranquilizer. First one is the tranquilizer. Second one is the sedatives and hypnotics. Second one is the sedatives and hypnotics and hypnotics. sedative and hypnotics. Then third one is the opiate narcotics, opiate narcotics, and fourth one is the uh, opiate narcotics and the stimulants. So these are the four major groups that are on the basis of the classification of the psychotropic drugs. Okay, so let's comes to one and let's comes to discuss one by one. So first thing is the tranquilizer. So tranquilizer, it means ki tranquilizer, let's zoom it so that the slide is clearly visible to all of you. So tranquilizer, it means the tranquilizer elation tension. It actually, tranquilizer means, what is the meaning of the tranquilizer? It means a drug, but basically that used for making people feel some calm or help to sleep. So this type of drugs, but it don't induce sleep, but it's a relaxing type or soothing type of that particular cases. So this type of drugs is known as a tranquilizer. So tranquilizer lessen tension and the anxiety, and it relaxation, or sometimes many of the peoples that take some drugs that from relief, they want to relieve from some tension or the anxiety. So and promote the calmness and the soothing without the sedating or a depressant effect, and don't induce sleep. So these are mainly for the tranquilizer or use, and this type of drug is known as the tranquilizer. So here is some examples that are taken by some persons or the some peoples for using the soothingness or some calmness, or by taking some relaxing. Okay, except for example, we just some medicines or the drugs, that is the phenothiazine. Example, what is tranquilizer? In the example of the tranquilizer is the phenothiazine and the phenothiazine and the benzodiazepines. So these are two medicines or two drugs that are the example of the tranquilizer, or mainly used for the for relaxing of some from tensions and the anxiety. Okay, and for use of the soothing and the calmness. Okay, then comes to the that particular examples, that is the phenothiazine. What is phenothiazine and what is benzodiazepines? So phenothiazines, it means, or in that particular drugs, these are antipsychotic drugs. And in a psychotic patients, in a psychotic patient, that decreases aggressiveness, remove the anxiety, and the normalize thought and the behavior. Sometimes we just see about most of the cases, some of the teenagers and some young generation also, they got very much affected of any tensions or anxiety, and they move forward for the suicides. So their mental ability, their mental health, they going to be depression. Okay, they got depression, that's why they move forward for the suicide. So these are the, for in case of these tranquilizer or some use of these kinds of drugs, likewise phenothiazines, benzodiazepines, they control the aggressiveness or remove anxiety and normalize thinking or normalize behavior of that particular persons. Okay, so the phenothiazine is a parent compound for the synthesis of the several antipsychotic drugs, that is the actually phenothiazine is a parent compound, so it's have a more very much different kinds of derivative also, antipsychotic drugs. So this is the parent compound of phenothiazines, and we can derivatives or we can example like given some example like the uh, chlorpromazine and theodizine and rezerpines. These are some examples or the derivatives of the phenothiazines. Okay, and some composition of phenothiazines. Then comes to benzodiazepine. Benzodiazepines, it's also an anti-anxiety drugs. First phenothiazines are the antipsychotic drugs, and the second was the benzodiazepine. Benzodiazepine is the anti-anxiety drugs. And anxiety is a disturbance of the mind, actually involving some restlessness, some tensions, worry of some uncertain event, apprehensions of the fear and the danger. This condition is we called as the anxiety. Nowadays this is very common, because most of the cases the people and some maximum people they use their phones, yeah, for mobile phones, and they activated on the social medias, and they spend their times, maximum times in the social media, so that they are not properly getting their sleep, so they feel like a restlessness, some tension, some worried about some certain events, and high and overthinking is the best yeah, for example for the and the creating the anxiety. So these are some and this is for getting some fear or some danger. So so this is the benzodiazepine is the anxiety drugs, and these are mainly given to for the anxiety. So a certain degree of the anxiety is a normal phenomenon of the life. However, the frequent and excessive anxiety needed treatment with the benzodiazepine. So normally we cannot give some people, this is the normal things in our daily life also, this is happening. And if there is someone getting some frequent and excessive anxiety, then it need to for the treatment or with benzodiazepine. Okay, so the later have the gained popularity over the barbiturate, and because of more of the effect. Barbiturate also another example of this psychiatric drugs, and later we just discuss about the barbiturate. So then comes to the because of the more effectiveness, there is because of more effectiveness, almost no side effect and the mild withdrawal symptoms. So benzodiazepine is a parent compound for the synthesis of many anti-anxiety drugs. Likewise, in case of the phenothiazine, it's antipsychotic drugs, and this is the parent compounds of the psychiatric antipsychotic drugs. And in case of the anxiety, anti-anxiety drugs, benzodiazepine is a parent drug. Okay, so here is also some of the derivatives like diazepam, like the Valium, Compose, then oxazepam, then colinazepam. So diazepam is a so these are some examples of other derivatives of the anti-anxiety drugs. Okay, so diazepam is a hypnotic. It means is some sleep inducing, and anti-anxietic, and the convulsant agents. So diazepam is a hypnotic, it's used for hypnotic, anti-anxietic and the anticonvulsant agent. So next one is the oxazepam it is anti-anxiety drugs, and the clonazepam is a anticonvulsant drugs. So these are some examples of the benzodiazepines and the derivatives of the benzodiazepines. So two things we have already discussed in this particular slide, that is a tranquilizer, it is differentiated into likewise two types of the mainly two types. So drugs are mainly used, and phenothiazine, these are mainly used antipsychotic drugs, and the benzodiazepine, these are anti-anxiety drugs. So it have some derivatives likewise in case of this is the parent drug for antipsychotic drugs, and benzodiazepine is the anti-anxiety drugs parent compounds. So it have some derivatives, you just see in the slides. Okay, then comes to the sedative and the hypnotic. What do you mean by sedative and the hypnotic? Sedative, it means it depresses the switch off, and hypnotic, so sedative depresses, that it means switch off the activities of the central nervous systems. What it actually does that it affect the CNS or central nervous systems, and they reduce the excitement, reduce the pain, and they give a feeling of the calmness, relaxation, or the drowsiness. So actually, in the sedative or the hypnotics, normal body is activating, but normally the body is normal functioning, but when it's reduce the excitement, no more excitement, it's some calm, some soothing, some relaxation type of conditions. Okay, so higher doses induce sleep. If we increase the doses, then it induce the sleep. Okay, the sleep induced drug is also called the hypnotics. Otherwise, this is also called also as the hypnotics. For examples like the barbiturates, we have already in the benzodiazepine also example. So barbiturates and the benzodiazepines and the barbiturate, these are also given for the hypnotics or the sedatives or the sedatives and the hypnotics, or used for the soothing or the calmness. Okay, so these let's see about here is the given one table. So most of many of the information given in this table. So let's see about what are they. So here is one thing, that is it's differentiated into five types, that is types of the drugs. So whenever we talk about the tranquilizer, so example like the phenothiazines and the benzodiazepines. So these are the two examples we have already discussed about it. And what is the effect like the lessen the tension and the anxiety without the sedation and the inducing sleep. So the tranquilizer, what it actually does, that it lays the tension or the anxiety without sedation, but here is the inducing the sleep. Okay, it induce the sleep. Overdose, if you give in the some person to the overdose of that particular drugs, then it induces the sleep. Okay, then comes to sedative in the hypnotics, it's here is the examples, that is the barbiturate and the benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines, it used as a tranquilizer and the sedative and the hypnotic also. So here is another derivatives like the valium. So what it actually affects on the patient, that is depresses the central nervous system's activity, that is the CNS activity, and they give some feelings of the calmness, relaxations, and some drowsiness, and high doses it induce the deep sleep. If we just give higher doses to the patient, then it induce the sleep. Okay, then comes to opiate narcotics. Opiate narcotics, it means it's have the different example like voice the opium, morphine, codeine, heroin, smack, pethidine, and methadone. These are some examples that are the derivative of, or it's used from the opiate narcotics. So what it actually, what's the function of these drugs, that is the it the brain activity suppress the brain activity, then relieve the pain, stimulate some nervous systems. It stimulate the nervous systems, and it's suppress, it means inactive stage. Inactive stage is not functioning properly, or not actively participate of the brain activity, then it suppress the brain activity. Okay, so then relieve the pain. Then comes to stimulant. Stimulant means like the caffeine, cocaine, crack, betel nuts, then amphetamine. These are some examples of stimulants. They stimulate make a person for more wakeful and alert or active, or the cause some excitement. Okay, so they stimulate. um, then hallucinogens, that is for example we just call the psychedelic. This is the psychedelic drugs or hallucinogens we normally call, that is the LSD4. LSD4, it is full form is likewise LSD means the lysergic acid diethylamide. So this is the actually given for the hallucinogens. And mescaline, and then psilocybin, the psilocin, bhang we most popularly known in case our used the bhangs. Okay, bhang, ganja, charas, marijuana. These are some commonly used common drugs used for some of the people. It's addictive or the habituated. Okay, habituated drugs. So what is it effect? That is the alter thoughts, feeling and the perceptions, so cause some illusion. So whenever some of the persons if it taken some bhang, then it's up very different types of the thoughts, arise the different types of thoughts and so some feelings and some perceptions. Okay, it creates some illusion. So these are some examples of the types of the drugs and some examples and what are the effects of their particular drugs. Okay, let's um, comes to comes to next, that is the barbiturate. Barbiturate, example the barbiturate. So it is isolated from actually the roots of the Rauwolfia species. This is the plants Rauwolfia serpentina. So it is obtained from this particular plant species, that is the Rauwolfia. So what is barbiturate? In case of the barbiturate, these are the synthetic drug. This is the synthetic drugs and it is derived from the barbituric acid. So it is derived from mainly barbituric acids and barbituric acids and barbituric acid, and they are general depressant, mainly used for the depressant and popularly known as the sleeping pills. So whenever we see about the most of the cases when one person or some persons that have a very much anxiety or very much tension, they cannot sleep proper, they intake of sleeping pills. So what is sleeping pills? That is the this is the barbiturate. Whenever we talk about the sleeping pills, and this is the name of the barbiturates. Okay, the less and functional activity decrease the anxiety and the induced sleep. So it the sleeping pills actually do that, it relaxes and giving induces some deep sleep or the sleep. The repeated use causes the psychological dependence. It is normally used 1 to 2 pills for a normal human beings. If any persons that take it regularly or it used repeatedly, then it causes some psychological effect. Okay, so it is very difficult for the addict to withdraw from them. After it is addicted, then anyone can be, it is difficult to withdraw or the remove from them. Okay, so withdrawal causes the depression and the restlessness. If anyone addicted for this sleeping pills, then without sleeping pills they cannot sleep, and if there is no or availability of the sleeping pills, they get a depression and the restlessness. Okay, so repeated use leads to barbituratism, and barbituratism involving this skin eruption and the accompanied by the chill, fever and the headache. If anyone that used in repeatedly, so it involves some skin eruptions, likewise some chill and some fever and some headaches also. There are symptoms like these are shown in that particular persons. So then comes to next, that is the benzodiazepine. So these are the anti-anxiety as well as the sedative drugs. We have already discussed about it. Okay, so due to the anti-anxiety and the anti-tension properties of the sedative hypnotics, their abuse has the dramatically increased. So these are some characteristic feature of the benzodiazepine, so that they are mainly used for the dramatically in case of or they are mainly used for the hypnotics also. Okay, then comes to opiate narcotic. So what is medical use? Opiate narcotic, actually this is a opiate means opioids or alkalitic agents. This is also alkali derivative of alkalitic agents. So like opium, some narcotic, these are some derivative of the alkaline. So alcohol. So opioid narcotics is a medical use. The opioid narcotics are drugs that suppresses the brain activity and relieve the pain. So it is mainly used for the relief pain relief, or it suppress the brain activity. They are popularly called as the painkiller. Normally we just call as the painkiller. They also have the sedative and astringent effect. So astringent causes the contraction of a tissue, arrest of the secretion, and the control of the bleeding. So whenever any injury or get we just get hurt from some injured, or we are getting from some injured, then we take some painkiller. We just take some painkiller because of the relieving the for relieve our pain. Okay, so opioid narcotic is a painkiller. So it control of the bleed, it control the bleeding, and it arrest the contraction of the tissue and arrest the secretion and the control of the blood. Then opioid narcotics are also used for the cough relief and for the treatment of the vomiting and the diarrhea. So it have also used for three different condition. One is the painkiller or the pain relief. Another one is the cough relief, and third one is the vomiting and diarrhea. Used in case of the vomiting and the diarrhea. Okay. So some examples like called as the opiates or the opioids. It means the opioid narcotics are commonly called as the opiates or the opioids. They include the opium and its derivative like was some certain semi-synthetic compound, namely heroin. These are some opioid derivatives, that is the heroin, smack, and some synthetic drugs such as the pethidine and the methadone. So pethidine, methadone, these are some synthetic drugs, and heroin and the smacks are some semi-synthetic compounds of the opioid. Some forms of the intake, how we just intake all those particular drugs. The form of intake likewise, the opioid narcotic or the painkiller may eaten, smoked, sniffed, or injected intravenously. So it we just normally eaten as a we just take into likewise the medicines or the tablets, or it may be smoked or the sniffed, or some like a through the injection also intravenously. So intravenously. So these are the form of the intake. So it dependence like the opioid narcotics cause a high degree of the dependence in their users. Because whenever you have already heard about the heroin drugs. Okay, so these are some smoke like various types of the smokes. So if there is some dependence, then it could not be a relief, or it could not be separate from that particular person easily. So what are the general effects of these opioid narcotics? So like the opioids in general, it relieves the pain, reduce the tension and the anxiety, and the lower blood pressure and the breathing rate, induce the drowsiness and the lethargy, and they reduce the glandular secretion, impair digestion of and the spleen, that causes the nausea and the vomiting, and it produces the sterility because it reduces the fertility rate, and constrict the pupils, reducing the visual activity, and overdose may stop the respiration and the cause death. So if the drugs are not available, then addicts so terrible without the symptoms. So these are some general effect of that particular drugs, or the some opioids like heroin, some your smack, or some synthetic drugs like the pethidines or the methadone, or some painkillers. Okay, painkillers. Okay, so these are the normal effect. It means some if anyone addicted of these opioid narcotics or the painkillers, or some heroines, so it may some reduce its eyesight problems, or its it's up eyes at visual activity, reduce the visual activity, it's become the sterility, it's become the reduce its fertility power, or it's causes the impaired digestion that cause the nausea and vomiting, and overdose it may cause the stop the respiration also, that's mainly cause for death of that particular person. Okay, so these are some effects of the opioid narcotics or the painkillers. Okay, then whenever we opioids also depress the immune system, it is also depress the immune system, especially the cells that fight in case of the cancer and the virus infections. Okay, so therefore the opioid dependency radially catch infectious disease such as the tuberculosis or the TB. The maximum peoples that are mainly affected the TB or the tuberculosis because of their rate of the fighting or the immune system get disturbed and they cannot fight with the cancer and the virus infections. Okay, then comes to opine. Here is this is the another derivative of the opioid narcotics. So opium is the derivative also. So opium derivatives means it's a air, opium is a air dried milky latex. So what is opium? Opium is the air dried milky latex obtained by the incising of the unripe capsules. It is obtained from other plants or like the Papaveracea family or the Papaver somniferums. It looks like the white purple like structures and the top of the plants, and it obtained from its capsule, and here is the presence, that is the air dried milky latex that is obtained from the unripe capsules or the fruits of the white poppy plants. This is the Papaver somniferum, and this belongs to the family Papaveracea family. Okay, so and it's a derivative, it's a variety or the different species like the papaver album, and it has a reddish brown in colors. It's the morphological or morphological structure of that particular plant, that is the papaver. The heavy smell and the bitter taste. So opium has been used as a drug since the ancient Greek times. So opium is also derived from that particular Papaver somniferum and the capsule of Papaver somniferum, unripe capsule. Then here is the present of the milky latex, and this opium is obtained from that milky latex of the unripe capsule of Papaver somniferum or Papaver album. So this because of it is most effective painkiller, it is mainly used for the painkiller, and it induce the state of the euphoria. So and euphoria and it feeling is a feeling of the well-being that called as the high, also called high. So opium is eaten or it may be smoked. Sometimes sometimes it may be eaten and sometimes it may be smoked. Some person in the villages take opium, it's the raw form. So this is very powerful because of in the raw form, if it is modified into the drugs, then it reduces its power little bit, but whenever it take in case of the raw form, this is very powerful. So the opium dependent loss weight, fertility, and the interest in the work. Actually, whenever someone, if they intake of the opium, then it reduce the its weight, or it lost the weight, and it's reduce the fertility power of that particular persons, and there and interest in work. So opium derivatives, likewise, the opium contains some of the 20 alkaloids. So this is mainly alkaloids. It is alkaloids, and it contains 20 alkaloids. Its main derivatives are the morphine and codeine. So its main derivative are the morphine and the codeine. So what is morphine and what is codeine? Let's see about the what is morphine and what is codeine. So whenever we talk about the opioid narcotics, that is the alkaloid drugs, this is the alkaloid drugs, and it is classified into three different types of the one is the natural opioid, and another one is semi synthetic opioids, the third one is the synthetic opioid. Okay, So whenever we talk about the natural opiates, then it is then further classified into three types, like for examples opium, morphine and the codeine. And second one is the semi synthetic opiates, and in case of the semi synthetic opiates, then here is the examples like the heroin, or this is called as the diacetyl morphine and smack. These two are the example of the semi synthetic opiates. Okay, then third one is the synthetic opiates, that is example likewise the pethidine or the mepiridine, and second one is the methadone. So these are some examples of on the basis of their categorized of the opiate narcotics. Okay, so let's comes to what is the difference of morphine and the codeine. So morphine is the, this is the chemical structure of the morphine. So morphine means it is the active, it is the active, it is the active principle of the opium. So it was isolated by the Southerners in 1805. So and this is a name, and this name is it after the Greek god of the dream or the sleep. So Morpheus, it is in on the basis of the Greek god, which of the dream, Greek god of the dream or the sleep. This is called the Morpheus. Okay, according to that particular god of dream or the sleep, Morpheus, it is after name. This is the name after that particular case. This is called as the morphine. So morphine is the most valuable analgesic. Though morphine is mainly used as the analgesic and anti-anxiety agents. This is mainly used for the anxiety agent. So used also sedative, anti-agenting and agents, and it forms about 10% of the dried exudate of the puppy. So here is one thing that the it is obtained from the dry condition of the that particular pups or the puppy, or it is widely used in case of small doses to relieve the pain and induce the sleep in case of the serious injury, burns, fractures and the surgeries. So this is mainly used in case of the serious injuries, some burns, some fractures and some surgeries for relieving the pain. Okay, however it continue use causes of the dependence. So it depends upon its use. Okay, so then morphine, it reduces the heartbeat, the blood pressure. What is the effect? That is morphine that reduces the heartbeat or the pulse rate. Then comes to blood pressure and the urine output also. So it increase the blood sugar level and it causes the constipation. So this is the side effect of the morphine. If anyone it used to the morphine in a regular way, it normally reduces the heartbeat rate or pulse rate, then blood pressure and the urine output also, and it increase the blood sugar level and it causes the some constipation. Okay, clear about the morphine. Then comes to codeine. Codeine, it may be obtained from the opium of the morphine. It is a derivative. It may be some derivative of the opium or the morphine. It is in fact the methyl morphine and methyl morphine. So opium contains the 0.7 to 2.5% of the codeine. And this codeine, it means it's derived from the Greek word that is a kodia, which means head or the puppy head. So it had the mild analgesic properties. It doesn't cause some addiction or something like that. It is an ingredients of the many medicines and the cough syrups. So codeine is it less harmful, or these are mainly used many of the medicines as ingredients. Okay, so side effect of the codeine is the constipation. It's constipation, gives some constipation, but it is mainly used some very much used as the ingredient in many medicines. Okay, then comes to heroin. Heroin, we already know about the heroin, and we very much familiar with the heroin because many of the people, many of the Likewise, in our social media also, there is some advertisement, or many of the cases that comes arise in our news also daily basis. So heroin, its name is the diacetyl morphine or the dimorphine. So heroin is a white or the brown crystalline semi-synthetic compound prepared from the morphine by the acetylation, and it is the most dangerous opioid. So here we talk about some opioid narcotics. This is the most dangerous opioid. It is twice as potent as the morphine. What is the morphine structures, or what is the uh, whenever we talk about the morphine and any other morphine, codeine, opium, all these things are the lesser effect than the heroin. Okay, so potent is the morphine, about the 200 times stronger than the opium. So it was formerly used in the relief of the cough, and it is highly addictive. It is banned even for the medical use except for the research. But it is prepared and sold illegally because it gives the huge profit. International efforts and are being made to check its trafficking. So it in whenever we see about in our social media also, in our news also, so these are very much used in our daily life also. Maximum people intake in illegally, use it illegally because it gives some huge profits and international efforts also, and it gives some give international value, international market also. So being made to check the trafficking. So herein may also orally taken it, the form of intake is the it's orally taken or inhale or some injected. It induces the drowsiness and the leatheriness, and it after effects include the impaired digestion, decrease the weight, reduce the vision, sterility, and the total loss of the interest in case of the work. And there are additional risks in its use, like being costly. It is often diluted with the harmful substances which may cause the secondary illness. It causes the secondary illness. Syringes and the needles used for the injection are not sterilized, and this may cause the blood poisoning, serum hepatitis, abscess formation, and comes sometimes it causes the AIDS. So these are the side effects, and these are mainly caused some diseases also, the for whenever it intake of any of the persons. Okay, so withdrawal symptoms of the heroin include the vomiting, diarrhea, shivering, and running nose, muscular cramps, and the ellipses. So these are some diseases or side effect or of the heroin. Then comes to the smack. That is smack. It is mainly the crude byproduct of the heroin synthesis, and this is commonly known as the brown sugar. So this is the smack and the heroin. Heroin, it's a components of components of the morphine, or it's higher than the higher potent as the morphine, and about the 200 times of the stronger the opium. So this is very much harmful to some person's bodies, or to the particular person. So then comes to smack, we just normally called as the brown sugar. Okay, brown sugar. So being cheap, it is considered the poor man's heroines. Being cheap, it's because whenever we talk about the heroin, it's have a high mm, its a rate is it's very costly. It's very costly, so that maximum people cannot be afforded for it. But in case of the smack or the brown sugar, we just called as the this is very cheap, and so that many of the people used brown sugar as their likewise the heroin. So this is called as the poor man's heroines, poor man heroin. And the addicts here heat the smack powder and inhale its vapor. Smack the di acetyl morphine hydrochloride, diacetyl morphine hydrochloride, and it is a stronger analgesic than the morphine. So it is whenever we talk about the morphine, then it have the stronger analgesic. Okay. Then pethidine is mepridine hydrochloride, pethidine. So it is widely used in case of the narcotic analgesic, and it has the sedative and the euphoric effects also. So it has a local and anesthetic actions. So pethidine is mainly for the anesthetic actions. So then comes to methadone. It means methadone is orally effective the analgesic, and its action is slightly stronger and longer than the morphine. So it is slightly stronger than the morphine and longer than that of the morphine. It causes the psychic and the physical dependence, but withdrawal symptoms are also mild. So it is also used for during the withdrawal treatment of in the morphine and the heroin addiction. Some of the people that are for mainly heroin addicted, or some of the morphine addicted. So this is methadone is used for the removal of or the withdrawal of the treatment of the morphine or the heroin addiction. So methadone has a reduced sedative actions. Then comes to stimulants. So stimulant, it means some stimulation, it creates some stimulation. Okay. Stimulation means some nervous systems, or the activity of the some nervous system, like what some excitement, it stimulates some excitement or some anything else. Okay. So stimulants temporarily stimulate the nervous systems, make a person more wakeful, alert, and active, and cause excitement. The stimulants do not cause the physical dependence because no withdrawal symptoms appears. So psychological dependence is very likely to occur, as the withdrawal causes the depression, anxiety, restlessness. These are some of the side effects of the stimulants. So the stimulants includes the caffeine, cocaine, crack, betel nut, and the amphetamine. These are some examples of the stimulants. So here we classify the stimulants into two categories. One is natural stimulants and another one is the synthetic stimulants. So what is natural stimulant? That are naturally found in case of the natures, and directly intake of the stimulants as a purpose of the stimulants. Okay. So then for example, caffeine, cocaine, crack, betel nut, these are directly we just intake in our body. Okay. For the stimulation. Then synthetic stimulants, it means amphetamine. This is the synthetic stimulants, or it is derived from any other things, so prepared from different formulas, used from different formulas or different compositions. So this is called as the synthetic stimulants. Let's comes about the what is caffeine, how we could use as caffeine as a drugs or the stimulants. Caffeine or the coffee, normally caffeine or the coffee, it is obtained from the Coffea arabica. Coffea arabica, its scientific name is the Coffea arabica. It is obtained from the coffee tree or the tea plants. These are some addictive habituated type. It is a mild stimulant, and it is its its composition like the 137 trimethyl xanthine. So chemical formula, whenever we talk about its caffeine, is the 137 trimethyl xanthine. And what is the source of the caffeine? It's a caffeine is a vegetable alkaloid obtained from the dried leaves of the tea plants. So it is tea plants, coffee plants, and the evergreen shrubs named the Theaceae sinensis family, from the family Theaceae, or dried beans like the seeds of the coffee plants, then Coffea arabica, and family Rubiaceae family, and the dried seeds of the cocoa plant, that is the small evergreen tropical America tree named the Theobroma coca. Some cocoa seeds and some coffee seeds and some tea plants, or the leaf of the tea plants we just obtain from the caffeine. Okay. What's its appearance? Like the caffeine is of white crystalline, slightly bitter alkaloid. Okay. Mode of use, it may be taken as a beverage, tea, coffee, coa and coca and the cola and the Coca-Cola and the drinks. Different forms of the intake of difference or the mode of the use is different types. Also taken in the chocolate bar and the chocolate confectionery also. So what is the effects? So caffeine increase the metabolism rate of the neurons, so that they increase the alertness and the thought. So many times or the maximum times whenever we getting for the sleep or something like that in the late night study, we just in that particular cases we just, take some tea or take some coffee, so that we just feel some freshness and continue our study. Okay, we can continue our study. So it improves the performance and they remove the boredom. Okay, the higher doses causes the nervousness, restlessness and the insomnia. So whenever we normally we just intake of 1 to 2 cups per day, but whenever we eat addicted or addiction or uses maximum cases or excessive use, then it causes the nervousness, restlessness also, and excessive intake of the caffeine causes the addiction and also this getting habituated or some addiction type. Okay, so medical uses, like the caffeine is used in medicines in the cardiac and the respiratory stimulants, and it used as the diuretic and the treatment of the headache. So maximum cases it is mainly used in case of the cardiac some heart patient, or give some respiratory stimulants, or it is used as the diuretic or some treatment of the headache. Okay, a cup of the tea contains 30 to 75 mg of the caffeine, and the 200 ml of the cola drinks has 25 to 60 mg. Okay, so the chocolate bar and the drugs and essence also contain the caffeine, and the 20 cups of the coffee taken at a time is may be fatal. So if anyone or any person that take 12 or 20 cups of coffee, 20 cups of the coffee, then it should be fatal, or it becomes to be death or lead to be death. Okay, then comes to what withdrawal symptoms. How can we withdrawal? So withdrawal from the caffeine leads to headache, disturbed sleep, lethargy. So these are some side effect of that use or addiction. Then comes to cocaine or the coca alkaloid. It is the benzoyl methyl egonine. So an alkaloid is a derivative of alkaloid, and here is the source, like it is extracted from the dried leaves and the young twig of the South America shrubs named the Erythroxylon coca. Or coca say it's a coca plants like Erythroxylon coca family Erythroxylaceae, and it belongs to the family Erythroxylaceae. It is also synthesized from the egonine and or its derivatives, and it's a derivative also. So it is not connected with the beverage coca, so we cannot include this as the beverage coca. Okay, so what is the medicinal use? This is mainly used for the vasoconstriction, and therefore it is used as the local anesthetic. So this is mainly used in the local anesthetic. Okay, so mode of intake, how can we just intake this yeah, cocaine. So cocaine is, it may be chewed, eaten or the sniffed, and its powder also form in the taken as a drink. It is also injected also. So very much types of the different forms of intake, like as you can use it as a chewed form, eaten form, sniff form, drinking form, or it may be injected directly. Okay, so let's comes to so cocaine is it's a central nervous system stimulants. It gives us some stimulants, and it increases the mental alertness and the physical strength. It gives some mental alertness and the physical strength, so that it gives some feeling of the well-being and that delays the fatigue. So many of the peoples that are used for physical fitness or physical strength and delay the fatigue, and it causes the lack of the sleep and loss the appetite. So it is taken for the excitement of the addicts, and it is used may ultimately lead to the mental disorder or the insanity. So basically it is used for the mental disorder, the insanity, and overdose may cause the severe headache and the convulsion and the death due to respiratory or the cardiovascular failure. Whenever we anything else, we have already seen that anything that is used in or overdose, then it may be fatal. It directly affect in our respiratory systems and directly affect in our cardiovascular system. So after the intake of the increase of the intake of that particular drugs, they get or they becomes some respiratory failure and cardiovascular failure and become to lethal or death. Okay, leads to be that. Then comes to the crack. What is crack? It is highly potent smokable derivative of the cocaine. So some persons smoke, it raises the brief intense the high within the 10 seconds of the being smoked. It provides a dramatic high lasting 3 to 5 minutes, and afterwards the interest craving for the drugs arises in the users. So dependency can develop in the less than 2 weeks. The crack is relatively cheap but extremely addictive. So maximum cases, most of the people they use of the crack for in case of smoking, they are for smoking addictive. So they use crack, and it is more powerful. That is whenever it within 10 seconds of the being smoke, it provides some dramatic high powerful. So dependency of the development of the less than 2 weeks. The crack is cheap but extremely addictive. It is cheap but it is extremely addictive. So crack may cause the complications such as the heart and the nasopharynx damage, seizures of like the epileptic attacks and the mental problems. It creates some heart problems, some nasopharynx damage, and some epileptic attack, and some create some mental problems. Okay, so crack is also sold as a reached length called the teeth or the French fries. This is otherwise called as the French fries or ridge length likewise the teeth. Then comes to the betel nut. Betel nut, its kernel is of the betel nut like the palm. So Arica catechu, it enclosed its betel leaf, and mixed with an aromatic paste is chewed extensively in case of the India and Africa. So it contains some alkaloid arecolines, and it's red in color. It's red in color. Betel nut. Okay, so it red in turn, it is a mild central nervous system stimulant. It have not so much effect in our body, but it have mild effect in our CNS stimulants, and it stains some teeth and the gums reds. Okay, so it is stain whenever we take it the betel nut, or then it stain the teeth, and the gums becomes to be the red in color. Okay, so amphetamines means it's a synthetic drugs commonly called as the pay pills or the anti-sleep drugs. Okay, so what's the effect? It's have a strong central nervous system CNS stimulants, and produce increase the self confidence and the flow of the ideas beside the causing the excitement and the alertness. So basically this is a synthetic drug, and this is normally called as the anti-sleep drugs or the paper pills. So this is and directly this is the strong effect or strong stimulants of the central nervous systems, and it produced some self confidence and flow the ideas beside the causing excitement and alertness. That's why the thought, so to increase the physical and mental performance, increase in the physical and the mental performance. But whenever they basically these are taken by some truck drivers, students, and the night workers to keep awake. Okay, so they impair the judgment and the vision, and this result in case of the road accident also. So they don't remove the fatigue, but they cause addiction. Okay, what are the medical use? Amphetamine is used in the spray or inhalant for the relief of the cold, asthma. These are the uses of the amphetamine, amphetamines. Then comes to what is its harmful effect. Likewise, the high doses of the amphetamines causes the sleeplessness, and which may lead to the mental confusions, and their use may produce after effects like the nausea and the vomiting. Okay, so the use of the stimulants has become the routine, and it is difficult to imagine the life without the tea, coffee, or the cold drinks and the waiter. So these are the some examples, or some related to the morphine, heroin, stimulants, then some types of the drugs and the psychotropic drugs. These are the example of the psychotropic drugs, or the classification of the psychotropic drugs. So in the next class we are going to cover about we are discuss about the psychedelic drugs, that is the hallucinogens. Then what is hallucinogens, what is the classification of hallucinogens, and what are the examples. So in the next class we are going to discuss about the hallucinogens. Okay, so I hope you have already clear about the psychotic drugs. So thank you.